In episode 4 of Kaiju number 8, Kafka swears he won't give up this time for anything in this world, and Mina stays tuned. Kafka shows off all cocky that he can still stand, leaving Konomi stunned because his leg is broken. Hosha decides to give him a vote of confidence but warns he'll activate the shield if things get ugly. Kafka tells Ichikawa to go on without him, as agreed, but Ichikawa does the unexpected and sticks with him. Kafka realizes Ichikawa is that kind of friend and accepts the help graciously. Hosha bursts out laughing while Ichikawa carries Kafka on his back. Ichikawa admits he's feeling kinda embarrassed, but both are committed to the mission. Kafka's broken bones are hurting like crazy, so Ichikawa decides to be his legs while Kafka uses all his wisdom to face the kaijus. Hosha just wants to get rid of them quickly because they're providing too much comic relief. Kafka tells Ichikawa to follow Kikoru, and the guy is shocked by his friend's speed. Meanwhile, Kikoru is kicking butt and ignoring the others, but Ichikawa warns that once they catch up to her, they're in the game. The guys watch Kiku doing her thing, but are surprised because she won't let them help. Then Konomi drops the news that Kiku has already sent the last monster in the area to oblivion and is now mano a mano with the Hanu. Kikoru uses a grenade to stir up the beast, taking the opportunity to prepare for the final blow. Kiku says it's the last one and takes it slow on the trigger, leaving Hosha smiling as the monster is dispatched. Konomi is shocked by the speed of the action, announcing that the Hanu is done for and the exam is over. Our guys are stunned because they couldn't even help, and Kafka concludes that Kiku is too fast. Konomi just needs to bring back the drone and the doctors for the wounded. Hosha is amazed that the exam ended so quickly, even though it took a long time to prepare. Mina is impressed with Kiku's power, and Hosha is shocked that Kikoru caught her attention. It was expected that at least 30 people would drop out, but no one backed down, and Hosha believes it's all because of Kikoru. This performance was what was expected from director Sham, Mia's daughter. Hosha is sure she will be the sensation in the defense force, giving hope to the whole country. Meanwhile, Kiku hopes she has made her father proud by being perfect on the battlefield. After everything, Kiku decides to tease Kafka a bit, but then a mysterious figure appears out of nowhere and turns everything upside down. The gang is shocked when all the defeated kaiju start moving again. Kiku does her best to protect her heart but decides she can still fight. Then, the mysterious monster appears, and to everyone's surprise, it starts talking and wonders how Kiku is still standing. Kikoru realizes it's a kaiju but is amazed that it's intelligent. Kiku decides to attack, but the mysterious creature punches her so hard it hurts just to watch. Kiku screams in pain, and Konomi is shocked to see her vital signs plummeting. They have no idea what's happening but detect signals from the kaijus that had already been eliminated. What's more frightening is that the resurrected Hanu is more powerful than before, and Hosha thinks they'll need a whole troop to take down a monster of this level. Not many people can deal with this, but then Konomi is asked to activate all remote shields for the examinees and send back some drones. Hosha thinks luckily they're among the few capable of facing this Hanju, so let's get ready to fight. They tell the examinees to evacuate, but Kikoru refuses. A bunch of people are going to get screwed. The girl doesn't think twice and jumps into action. She uses her armor to stop the bleeding, determined to continue the fight. Then, suddenly, Kikoru remembers her father's words, who told her to be perfection personified for their nation. Now she wants to be too perfect, but then she gets hit by the Hanju and almost ends up on the ground. But even so, she doesn't give up. Man, going back in time, you see that Kiku was all happy when she got top marks in class, but the other students got screwed, and the parents were there to celebrate. Kiku tried to keep cool, but the butler assured her that her father would arrive home that day and would be very proud. But in reality, her father didn't care about the grades, he just wanted her to prepare for the next challenge, like, without a celebration. And he even told her to be perfect to ensure the future of the nation and in honor of her mother, who had already passed away. These words from her father kept ringing in her head. You know, he always told her not to stop advancing and never let anyone be better than her. So now she doesn't want to lose even with just one arm. Man, as long as she has breath, she'll keep fighting. But, messed up, she took so many hits that she had to let out an unbearable scream of pain. Then, in a slip-up, one of the drones spots the Thenu, and Konomi is shocked to see that its offensive organ, which was cut, has regenerated. Hosha is pissed off because Konomi realizes it's gathering energy for an attack. Hosha and Mina run over there, but doubt they'll make it in time. The beast prepares for a fierce attack, and Kiku realizes it's over for her. She apologizes to her father for not being perfect and starts crying. The Hanu is ready to attack, but Kikoru is shocked when Kafka appears and says she did well. Kikoru is surprised because she doesn't understand what Kafka is doing there, and the monster's attack hits them. But, to everyone's surprise, nothing happens to them, and Kafka even transforms. He explains that Kikoru managed to buy time for everyone to evacuate, and now he'll handle the rest. While everyone runs like crazy, Kagura uses flares to organize things. In a flashback, Kafka and Chawa were sent to evacuate and forbidden to return, while Kiku was fighting. Ichikawa was ready to leave, but Kafka had already disappeared. Ichikawa only prayed that Kafka wouldn't be crazy enough to transform because he was sure he would be eliminated on the spot. And then, when he arrived, he saw that Kafka really was crazy. Back to Kiku, she's shocked by Kafka's transformation and doesn't understand how he can be a kaiju. Kafka just asks her not to tell defense, then the Hanu unleashes another sinister attack, but Kafka easily sends it flying. He promises to tell her everything later and that he only needs a second to finish off the monster. Then Konomi detects an ultra-powerful energy source near the Hanu, but communications are cut off, and they have no visual. They know it's extremely strong, but refuse to believe it. Kafka tunes in and prepares for a punch that disintegrates the Hanu. Kiku just watches in awe. Man, Kafka is satisfied with his job and tells the monster not to come back to life. But it starts moving again, and Kafka asks it to stop. It was just a joke, but the monster is down for the count, and Kiku just thinks, who is this guy? Fur saves her from another attack and reveals his face. He assures her she's safe now but scolds her for getting into so much trouble. Shortly after, Ichikawa arrives, and Kafka explains that he was only going to transform part of his body, but had to change plans. Ichikawa scolds him too, but the argument ends when Kiku faints. Shortly after, Mina and Hosha arrive, but can't understand how Kiku took down the Hanju. Then Konomi reports that Kiku, Ichikawa, and Kafka are safe, so the evacuation is complete. Hosha admits that Kiku is very strong but doesn't believe she could have sent the Hanu flying like that. Mina sends a team to investigate the area while she and Hosha take care of the rest of the monsters. Hosha connects the dots and sees that the explosion is similar to one that happened 3 months ago. He wonders if there's any connection. Later, we see Kafka again at the hospital. Ichikawa explains that Kikoru is there too, and they're using the defense's best technology to take care of her. Kafka reflects on the test, remembers how hard it is to compete with amazing people, and that there will always be someone ahead of you chasing your dreams. But the most important thing is that he realizes he gets so excited he doesn't even care. He's happy to have taken the test again and thanks Chawa for encouraging him. Then, out of nowhere, Mina appears and thanks them for taking Kikiro to the shelter, and she disappeared as quickly as she appeared, so Kafka almost shouts at her, but holds back because it's not the right time. He prefers to wait to talk to her after becoming an officer. He's more confident than ever that it will happen and makes a silent promise in his mind, telling her to just keep an eye out nearby. Kiko has a nightmare of failing to be perfect for her father, wakes up, and wonders if her father has arrived, but it's just H explaining that there were no fatalities and it was all thanks to her defeating the Hanu. She's shocked by this, and he wonders if she really was the one who defeated it. Kiku remembers what Kafka said, so she declares that she was the one who eliminated the Hanu that night. A news report explains what happened in the exam and reveals that despite many injuries, there were no fatalities. In a bathroom stall, we see the mysterious and intelligent Kaiju listening, shocked and disappointed that there were no fatalities. Then the phone rings, and he remembers how to answer. When he answers, the voice on the other end tells him he needs to get back to work. This monster transforms, puts on the uniform, and shockingly, we see that he is a new member of Kafka's disposal unit. Everyone hopes Kafka and Ichikawa are okay after the exam incident, and the new guy sinisterly hides his transformation. And the episode ends. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for watching until the end. What are you waiting for? Watch this next video that's appearing if you don't want to become a kaiju.